Uh, okay, so the definition of AI, this is the original definition that is back from the 1500s. It basically said every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. It sounds a little complicated, so in a simpler word, it can AI meaning machine can simulate any intellectual task. And for example, autonomous driving, voice assistant, search engines, right? So the history of it, it actually started from Greek mythology, so it's long, long time ago. And people have always have theories of making machines or assistants that can be as intelligent as human. It started all the way back then. And the first attempt to make AI official is in the 1500th century. One of the mathematician scientists, he claimed that he made a walking animal, computational walking animal. And a bunch of other people also claim that they made a bunch of human based on computational algorithms, but those are was created analytical engine machine, very famous. If you guys like movie, look for that. So the Turing machine, it helped the World War II to break the code of the Germans. And huh?
Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay.
What?
Sorry, that was so random.
The movie.
The movie.
Invitation. You said movie, and then I just feel dark, but
No, I think the movie is just Alan Turing.
Yeah, invitation.
Right? It is. Okay. Yeah.
The
That one.
eight.
Yeah. So the guy who created it is Alan Turing, and then he basically has a mathematical theoretical computational theory that given if there's infinity memory of the computer, then it can simulate any algorithms to perform any kind of task, and that's a Turing machine. And then in the 1956, there's a conference called in Dartmouth, and that is when the word artificial intelligence was created. And that's also, it was like a hackathon, but for like AI back then. There was about 8 scientists who came together, and they tried to have like intensive, very similar to hackathon, to make something AI related. And that's when they the definition that I just showed you guys earlier. And yeah, since then, after that conference, everything was super active and everyone was very hyped about it. So the 60s and 70s were the golden era for AI. It actually went down a little bit because there was out of fun. People didn't actually believe in it, and then it slowly got back up. That's why it's crazy right now. Everybody knows about it. And originally, they have 7 aspects of AI. The first one is to simulate higher functions of the human brain, which we're still doing that. Second one, programming a computer to use general language. We have already achieved in a way. Third one, arranging hypothetical neurons in manner so that they confirm concepts. Kind of, not really. And then number 4, a way to determine and measure problem complexity. We kind of have it already based on like still machine learning, I believe so. And self-improvement, it's under machine learning, but we're not there yet. It's the concept people are studying. And abstraction defined as the quality of dealing with ideas rather than events. So I guess they try to from like pre-programming things that we're hoping machine can learn and decide on that. But the similar is randomness and creativity, which definitely we're not there yet. So there are 2 kinds of AI. The first one is they call weak AI, which means that it can only achieve specific tasks. Like for example, a chess playing engine. It can do very well at one task, just playing chess, right? And that one is actually not very smart because we give it a chunk of data and it just keep repeating until it come out with a really great result. And the second type is strong AI, meaning it can be better than us from learning from the information that we give us. But then eventually they realize that this is a really too big of a gap between for these kind. So eventually, it's actually right now we have three types of AI. So the narrow one is the weak one, super one is the strong AI, and then general one it's more in between, which is more we are right now. If you guys heard of the AlphaGo last year, there was the guy that played chess and the machine won internationally, and so it can think as good as humans. And subfields of AI. There are many different subfields. This is already cut short because some subfields have been absorbed into the others. But these are the most outstanding ones. So search and planning, like the chess playing engine that I told you guys, and then reasoning and knowledge presentation. Basically, there's a bunch of different data information, and then the machine used the algorithm to pick out one and being able to use the resources to explain that this is the right one. With it, actuator, robotics, being able to essentially influence actions, a human, and then natural language processing, like Alexa, Siri, learning, which is machine learning, we all heard of, neural network. It's very closely to machine, more complex, and which more common. And yes, I can talk more about the AI myths next week and what are the opportunities in this field that we can get for in terms of mathematical and dive more into the subfields.
You published the top journals in pattern recognition and diffusion. So invite you to use the top that we got the page. Very famous. Friday was the top yeah.
Oh,
not the chat, yes. Difference. Also, process is moving to the voice recognition, conversational application. For example, our university, we have a chat box, right?
Yes.
I want to make it more intelligent. Hey, do you like a computer science program? Yeah, do you know best instructor in this or something like that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.